Whose future are you buying more, the Thunder or the Pellies?
Thunder.
Ooh.
It's a tough. I'm lying. I'm going
Oh,
Pelicans.
he's switching it up
Wow.
on him.
Nah.
Now he's flipping back.
Nah. I'm staying with the Pelicans.
Welcome back to Point of Contention. 5 topics, 5 minutes, 5 points of contention. I'm Zach Harper. We got Andrew Schleck producing. Coming up on the show, Heat Hawks, Lakers Wolves, future of Thunder Pelicans, and future of Bulls Raptors, along with the playoff series we like. Subscribe to our new YouTube channel by searching The Athletic NBA Show, or if you're watching us right now, just go click that account and click subscribe. And also subscribe to The Bounce, a free NBA newsletter with The Athletic. Sign up at theathletic.com/bounce. Get it every morning, Monday through Friday, around, like 10 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Pacific. Great way to start your day, especially if you're a big-time announcer. That's all I'll say. Today, April 13th, National Peach Cobbler Day. Marcus, is peach cobbler with ice cream a top 3 dessert?
Yes, if the peach cobbler is done correctly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's assume all these desserts in question are done correctly.
Yeah.
Absolutely
No
not.
question. No question.
What?
No question.
Absolutely not.
Name 3 better.
Creme brulee.
Nah.
All right,
Done.
I'm with
We're
that.
done here.
I'm with
We're
that. No,
done
I'm with
here.
creme
We're done
brulee.
here. Oh,
I'm
we're
with
not.
that. That's one.
No, we're not.
We're going with
Y'all swear y'all fancy creme brulee.
I make
vanilla cake. Vanilla cake
vanilla cake
with vanilla frosting.
Burnt pudding.
What are you?
Yeah,
are you
because
Leonardo
when
DiCaprio
creme
and
brulee is
Django
number
Unchained?
one,
Vanilla
red
cake.
velvet cake.
Yeah, when creme brulee is number 1, vanilla cake is the natural number 2. Like, there's
Red
not a more vanilla dessert.
Red velvet is just
Creme
chocolate
brulee.
cake with red dye.
You just take a
Yeah, but
bic
it's
to the
fire.
top of some pudding and you
Oh
got
my
creme
God.
brulee.
No, creme brulee is
Creme brulee is fire.
legit. But
Creme brulee is incredible.
You fired off two-way players. After that, vanilla cake and red velvet.
Brownies with vanilla ice cream.
I'll see that, like a brownie with vanilla ice cream. I'm in on that, but not vanilla cake, not red velvet. That's ridiculous.
I mean, the amount of
Red velvet,
desserts
what,
I would have
cake?
to go through.
Yeah,
to
I
get
guess
to
cupcake. It doesn't
peach
even
cobbler
matter.
is incredible.
No, man, no peach cobbler. Come on,
Peach
man.
cobbler is peach doo doo.
What? I don't think you've had a peach cobbler.
Especially not by a black woman.
I've had peach cobbler.
What about the second part?
That no, sorry. Maybe that would change my mind.
Hey, in this quarter, we got Jay King. Jay, what part of your life?
Shady. What about the second part?
Jay,
That was
what part
such a
of your
setup.
life would you compare to the last 2 minutes of Lakers Wolves?
I have made self-destructive decisions for all of my 35 years on Earth, and I have never approached the level of incompetence that both of those teams showed during the last 11 minutes of that game, including overtime. It was astonishing. It was hysterical. It was pathetic. It was just amazing.
Brutal.
It was
Brutal.
amazing. I've never seen anything like it.
It was such a stupid basketball game, man. Like, look, we'll get into it. Lakers, well, congratulations. You got the 7th seed. You can't be proud of what happened. A win's a win, but you can't be proud of what happened.
No, I think a win's a win is reserved for that type of situation right there.
That's the one. That's the criteria right there.
That's where you got to tell yourself, nah, win's a win, buddy.
Otherwise,
Otherwise, you're on somebody's couch as a whole team. Like, what is wrong with us?
We've also got Marcus Thompson. Go buy all of his books. Marcus, how much of Heat Hawks were you locked in on?
After I told y'all Trey was built for the playoffs?
It's not the playoffs.
No, come on. That's a
It's not the
playoff
playoffs.
setting. That's a playoff setting.
Ask the NBA.
that
It's
technically
not the
doesn't count
playoffs.
for anything.
It doesn't
count.
count. It doesn't count for the playoffs, but it was the setting, yo. All I heard was Gabe Vincent lock him up, and Trey went out there in Miami and cooked the Heat in front of the greatest coach in the league.
Yeah, but to be fair, the Heat had to stay the night in Miami the previous night, So South Beach got him. We got the South Beach flu out there.
If anybody can avoid the South Beach flu, it's Trae Young. It's the dude who's too ice cold to get sick, baby. Ice Trae was out here.
He got pretty sick against Miami last year in the playoffs.
He got real sick, and let's just say, I think he's got.
Y'all keep hold on the old stuff.
I think he can thank Clint Capella and Okongwu for that. I think Onyeka was the guy that.
No, somebody's got to get the shots up, sir,
so that they can go rebound.
Yes, yes.
Somebody got to miss them shots.
Yeah, somebody's got to miss those
shots. Yeah, exactly. All right, that's enough banter. Schleck, start the clock. Take one. Overtime thriller or a basketball vibe killer? The Lakers trail by as many as 15 points in the second half. Then LeBron James ties the game with 2 minutes left at 95-95, and no one could score until the closing seconds. That 2 minutes included a sliding foul by LeBron, backcourt violation by Kyle Anderson. Then Dennis Schroeder hits a three assisted by LeBron, and we get the choreographed ice in the veins that was
once D'Lo's.
Awful. Well, yeah, wait. Why didn't he do it last? Oh, that's right. He was terrible.
Hey, like D'Lo, let me borrow your celebration.
He's good, and he was terrible.
You got it. Terrible. Hey, he contributed last night. I don't want to hear none of that. D'Lo participated.
That
D'Lo was there.
I had to explain to my girl what that celebration was, and she thought it was the dumbest thing ever. Doesn't follow sports, just thought it was the dumbest thing ever. Then I told her that they banned the throat slash. She wants the throat slash back. Why don't we have
throat slash? Should be back.
That was a great celebration. But we move on. 1.4 seconds left. Lakers just need to guard the 3-point line. I think the Lakers would guard literally the only good 3-point shooter last night, who was Mike Conley, right? Wrong. Easily get a cross-court pass to the corner. Conley misses a good look. That's the end of it, except no. Anthony Davis fouled him. Conley sinks all 3 free throws. Almost missed that first one. Next two were cold as hell. He sends the game to overtime. Nobody wanted more of this game. Lakers end up winning in overtime. Wolves scored just 16 points in 17 minutes in the fourth and OT. The Lakers will match up with the Grizzlies in round 1. So, Marcus, after what we saw all season and last night, do you have confidence the Lakers can make this a series against the Grizzlies?
I do, strangely enough. I mean, that was so brutal. Like, why couldn't they brutalize a series like that and turn it into like a complete mess just to keep it close enough for LeBron to do something at the end, right? Like, that was such an abject disaster of a basketball game.
Like, it was so bad.
By the way, the Wolves are second in double-digit leads given up for a loss.
Well, first off, like from the Wolves' perspective, right? You know what that felt like? It felt like a 17-year-old who was like messing up their life, and you had a good talk with them, and it's like, you know what? They're really gonna work it out. And then you see them at 21, and they're still screwed up. Like, it's like, dang, man, I really had hope for you. Like, that's the Timberwolves. Like,
you still see that 21, 21. That's it.
Like, man, I really thought you were gonna figure this out.
Oh no.
It was unbelievable how the Lakers had played such great basketball to end the season. They looked like, oh man, like the pieces seemed to fit. The shots were good. Everybody knew what they were doing. And the moment they got in a situation, it all crumbled apart. It was like, yo, Rui Hachimura's passing up shots. You know, Austin Reeves is like looking like Austin Reeves again. Like, what is happening to the Lakers? They just completely fell apart. And the weight that crumbled them was Mike Conley. Like, it wasn't
Conley lit them up.
They were getting cooked by a 45-year-old point guard from Indiana. Like, it was unbelievable how untethered they came. It was just wild. Like, what do you do? The Lakers have looked so good to where it's like, yo, this is wild.
Marcus, they were minus 14 with LeBron on the court.
Yeah,
like, it was just weird. It was a weird game. Like, Dennis Schroeder saved their season, or not, didn't save their season. They would have won the next game. And they won. They played awful basketball and they won. This feels like, so Lakers fans were like try to make fun of me last night because mid-October, I tweeted something. It was like, remember that picture of David Griffin kind of standing in the hallway looking smarmy as hell? And I tweeted that back in October, and it said like something like the Lakers or the Pelicans are going to get a good pick with this swap or something like that, right? A good lottery pick with this swap. And so now they're like roasting that. I'm like, you guys are celebrating the Lakers at home, barely getting past a mediocre team, -2 starters to get the 7 seed. Like this is Pat Beverly on the scores table after winning the play-in tournament last year. Like that's the equivalent. Like I don't ever want to hear about Kobe toughness and Kobe and Mamba and all that shit ever again because you're celebrating that. That's what you're celebrating. Get out of here,
talking
man.
about the journey onto this is how we're about championships. It's like no.
It's like when Rajon Rondo was like, "We hang banners in Boston." I was like, "You hung banner."
It took them one game, not even a playoff game, a play-in game, one of them, to bench D'Angelo Russell. Like that's all it took. That's really bad. All it took. And granted, Dennis Schroeder was great. Dennis Schroeder came through. Dennis Schroeder's
been good for like 3 months. Man. He's been killing. Yeah.
But it took them like Beasley 30 minutes of postseason basketball.
Oh yeah.
30 minutes.
Beasley
got like benched too.
1-3 and started doing this shimmy. I would have taken his ass out right there.
They won, but I have even more questions about them than I had before. But
they go against the Grizzlies, who are broken. Like no Steven Adams. Like that's going to be a killer for them. No Steven Adams. That's tough.
I don't know.
Against his Lakers team? I don't know.
I don't see it with the Lakers. The Timberwolves have an amazing ability, though, to just produce the dumbest games.
That's where I think part of it was Minnesota, though. I really think part of it. No, I mean the Lakers.
The whole thing?
No, I'm saying I feel like the Lakers were better, and then they just ran against the team that
makes it
brought
weird.
Them down. Yeah.
Lakers were like, hold on a second. What is this environment we're in? We're supposed to be comfortable. Why is this Wolves essence all over us now?
I'm telling you, I'm reconsidering.
I take back what I said. Lakers fans. Yeah, Marcus just showed me the light. That was all.
Chris Finch coach of the year. I mean, if anything, what a game plan! What a way to take down a good opponent.
Mike Conley MVP.
When Karl Towns shot the step back, got Austin Reeves on him, and shot some step back nonsense that almost ended up in a wedgie. Man,
I don't understand why
they should have had Rudy Gobert out there to swing on that, man. They should have had him out there just to swing on him. They should have had Taurean Prince running after him, leveling him, doing all that. What are you doing? What was Anthony Edwards doing?
15 seconds off the play clock to get the ball to cat on Austin Reeves. It's like, why are you running 8-hour-long sets for this one option you have?
Was Ant? I mean, was Ant concussed?
Yeah,
after that fall, something. I mean, he wasn't playing well before that, but he was nothing after that. And absolutely nothing.
How do you not get anything for him downhill near the basket? Like, he's clearly not there. And the 2 times he actually looked like Anthony Edwards again, well, he was going to the rim.
Yeah,
it's like y'all running dribble handoffs 30 feet from the basket. Like,
to be fair, Towns might be one of the worst screeners I've ever seen. So I don't know how you're gonna get him off. I don't know how you're gonna get him free.
I've never seen worse offense. Seen worse offense.
Oh man, you're watching.
And the Lakers cannot inbound the ball. Like, it's unbelievable.
Oh my god, they got lucky on. Oh,
how do you not inbound the ball? Like,
you know what? No, I taking back what I said.
It's like no.
Everybody's at
what percentage was Minnesota? What percentage was the Lakers being?
I'm gonna say 65% was Minnesota, 35% was the Lakers.
I think Minnesota is like they're drowning in the ocean and just like dragging teams down,
grabbing people.
They grabbed the Grizzlies last year. Like they had that whole
I take
series
it back
like
again.
That.
90% Wolves, 10% Lakers. You're right. You guys are convincing me back and forth.
Fucking middle of the sea. Just dragging.
Oh man, I am mad. Actually, I'm mad at the Lakers that we're not getting the remix of Wolves Grizzlies, because I could have used another dumb series like that. That was the worst series I've ever seen.
Hey, I always need a reason to feel smarter. So yes,
Imagine if Lakers Timberwolves had been a real series of like 7 games.
Oh my God. No, we couldn't handle 7 games of that. There's no way.
One was I couldn't believe overtime. I was just praying for it to end in regulation so I didn't have to watch any more of that.
As soon as the Lakers went up 2 possessions, I was happy. I was like, okay, we're not getting any more of this. We're good.
I know, right?
I couldn't watch any more of that game. I was like, I just want to go to bed. I don't want to do this anymore. All right, take 2. Hawks Heat. The Hawks took an early lead last night against the Heat, and while the Heat did crawl back into it at certain points, the Hawks created enough distance late that gave them the win with no drama. The Hawks out-rebounded the Heat by 24, including 22 offensive rebounds. Capella, monster, 21 rebounds on his own. Hawks move on to play the Celtics. The Heat will play the winner of Raptors Bulls. So, Jay, I want to remind everybody, too, that Bam Adebayo, after the game, said they've got to find a way to get him the ball more. Bam Adebayo has disappeared on offense in the playoffs and in the play-in a lot. And now he wants the ball more. Interesting. Okay. Jay, do either of these teams have a chance in their next matchup, whether it be the Hawks versus the Celtics or the Heat just making it through the play-in?
The Heat could make it through the play-in, but it won't matter.
Smoked by the Bucks.
They were like demoralized by the Bucks.
Bucks and 3. Like
the
that,
Heat
they're
offense. The Heat offense is disgusting.
You can't waste 33 from Kyle Lowry when he's played the way he has this year.
Eric Spoelstra is
a
wizard, and they normally have beautiful offense. This year, it's painful to watch those dudes.
Man. Yeah.
It's despicable. They have no prayer of scoring. It's so bad. Even their good shooters can't shoot because the offense is just, how can you have rhythm when you play like that? I don't know how they're as bad offensively as they are, but man, they're tough to watch. And they ain't beating the Bucks if they get past the Raptors. They ain't, or the Raptors or Bulls or whoever it'll be, but They
well, we know who it is, Hawks. Because this coming out Thursday morning, so we know that the
we know
Raptors won.
We know someone's getting fucking
bulldozed. Did you
by
see the Bulls? Wow! Did you see the Bulls?
Caruso was crazy. His defense was nuts in that game.
Yeah.
He took 4 charges, I think.
I know. I've taken a lot of
DeRozan.
I've taken a lot of shots at Vucevic. I take them back. / I was right.
I was gonna say, here's a few more.
Both these teams are getting smoked, right? Like the Hawks again. I feel bad that Trae Young had that playoff series against the Heat last year, and now he's got to go against Brogdon and Derek White and Marcus Smart. Like that's gonna be awful,
and
right?
Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum, because they'll guard him too.
Yeah, they'll guard him too.
And Hal Horford.
You gotta wait for Luke Cornett to get in the game and create a switch.
It not in the same vein as like Minnesota mucks up a game. Like Boston plays like this kind of beautiful game, right? Like they've got motion, they've got skill all over the court, and Atlanta's like, hey man, let's go ISO chuck it and everybody crash. Like just go jump, just go crash the board, just go. And it really kind of like I could see it hurting the Boston transition game. They're not going to win the series at all, but I think they could make it a little bit uncomfortable for a game or two. Where it's like,
do they win a game?
I think they win a game. I do. I think Capella and Onyeka and DeJounte Murray can get hot for a game. Trae might get hot. Like. They just have this style of play that's so.
Trae was the 4th player you mentioned here.
Yeah, you saved the best for last. Transition to transit, like they'll just do that. They'll just walk the ball up.
Right.
Just stop and walk it up, and then if you can't get the defensive rebound, it could be a little problematic. I mean, Boston will figure it out like after like one game. It's like, oh, okay, I see what y'all doing, but. We're witnessing the year where teams like stay close by being bad.
For a team that needed 85 days, I think it was at one point, to get out of within one game of 500. They finally got to 2 games over 500, and they needed like 80 days. Should they
That's one of the crazier stats ever.
Should they be talking shit to ESPN when ESPN picked the Heat 17 experts pick the Heat, and now like Hawks fans and the Hawks account are like talking shit to ESPN. I was like, I don't know that you have the team that anyone should have trusted. Now, granted, you can say the same thing about this Heat team.
But they got Trey up there at the podium with sunglasses on. They're ready for the big time. They're gonna get
not
pummeled,
ready for the big time.
They're gonna get pummeled, but they are excited for the big time. They are eager for the big time. Trey Young, he loves the spotlight.
Man. Trey at the Garden.
The
at the new Garden, man.
the funniest scene was when they like the victory was in hand and they start showing the front office coming from from the crowd down. They were pumping their fist like I was like, you guys are pretty excited about the playing game.
They were
just in the East Finals. It was wild. They were so happy though, Jay. They were like, they were happy.
Take 3. Look into that crystal ball. The Thunder and Pelicans play Wednesday night. We are recording Wednesday afternoon/morning. So, tune into the Daily Ding, which you can now live. Watch it live on YouTube after the games are over. But for now, let's take a look at the future of these squads. Obviously, we know that the Pelicans or the Thunder won. We know that at this point, right? But let's take a look at the future.
Boris Valanciunas did some stuff.
Oh, man. I tried to tell you about Trey Murphy III.
And did you see Josh Giddey's outfit?
Did you see both Jalen Williams? By the way, that's stressful trying to vote for all rookie and rookie of the year.
You're gonna split the vote.
Yeah. Oh my God, I must have checked that thing like 10 times. Like
split the vote.
Oh my goodness. All right, both the Thunder and the Pelicans have stars, SGA and BI, injured impact players in Zion and Schleck put Chet in here. Says just go with me. Quality role players.
Amazing.
Jalen Williams, McCollum, Dort, Herb, Giddey, Trey Murphy, and a boatload of future picks. So, Marcus, whose future are you buying more, the Thunder or the Pellies?
Thunder.
Ooh.
It's tough. I'm lying. I'm going Pelicans.
Oh, he's switching it up.
Wow.
Nah.
Now he's flipping back.
Nah. I'm staying with the Pelicans. I think Zion's going to get traded, and I think they're going to get something for him. Ooh. And what they get is going to be what they need. It's going to be reliable.
You know what's happening. He knows the Warriors are trading for Zion. This is.
I mean, we did just write a piece on their trainer.
Oh, how about that?
Celebrating.
But want to write a piece on their. You might want to write a piece on their team.
And I'm telling you, man, hey, when the Pelicans get Draymond and Clay, like they're gonna take. This is crazy. I mean, look where they are without Zion, and they're clearly really good with him. Like either he plays. Either he figures it out and he plays, and they're a better friend. Like they're better than what Oklahoma City can be, unless they get a Zion type figure. Like, and one of these dudes become that, or they move Zion for something and just get somebody who can be there. Like that's half the battle. Somebody who can be there. Like they just don't have that. So as sexy as it is to say Oklahoma City, we've seen the Pelicans be the number 1 team in the West for like a month.
Hey, man,
it was a cold month though.
Check this out though. The Thunder, I think they're top 13. Their average age is 22.6 years. That's it.
I think the CBA
and they're this good
killed them dudes. It just killed them. They're not gonna be able to pay all them guys.
No, but you move them, you get more picks.
Yeah, so they're gonna keep recycling. They're gonna keep doing the thing where they.
Yeah, but as long as SGA's there, he's a monster.
Yeah, he's gonna get them to the play-in.
They've got a core. I was looking up Zion stats today. Per 36 minutes, that man is averaging 29 points on 61% shooting.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's basically Giannis offensively, not defensively, but offensively he's Giannis.
Dude, his second season in the NBA, no one had ever done.
Yeah, if he stays on the court, this isn't a question. It's absolute Pelicans. I just don't think he's going to stay on the court. I'm going with the Thunder.
What do you make of his comments? What do you make of his comments saying, about the hamstring injury, where he's saying, I can do everything right now, but I don't feel like me. So until I feel like me, I'm not going to be out there potentially mucking things up.
I mean, from a teammate perspective, I'd probably be like, come on, man. it's a winner go home game. We
Yeah.
need you, just play. But when you look at it with the perspective of how much he's gone through physically and how many setbacks he's had and how many injuries he's had, of course he feels that way.
Yeah.
And of course there are serious mental just barriers for him right now that he has to go through and get past. So I think it's totally understandable that he feels that way, but also he's got to find a way to get in shape, stay in shape, and stay on the court. And I don't know whether he can. Maybe it's just his body is not built for the long haul, and it's impossible to weigh that much and have that much torque and just continue to be healthy. I just don't know whether that's the case. But the Thunders, they're awesome. Their core is awesome. And Chet is going to be perfect for this team. Chet is going to be so perfect for this team. He's going to be handling the rock. He's going to be finding guys. He's going to be swatting shots in the middle. Like, that dude is
all these things I've heard from
next
Thunder fans
level
about Poku.
IQ and ball handler. Come on, Poku stinks. Chet Holmgren is an awesome prospect. There's not comparing the two just because they're tall, goofy-looking white dudes.
I haven't seen Chet do it. All I've seen is him get worked. All I've seen is him get worked by Kenny Lofton and Wembanyama.
Kenny Lofton was on his team. Kenny Lofton was on his team.
He got worked. He got worked in practice.
Kenny Lofton worked
in scrimmages. He got worked in scrimmages. I mean, he just worked everywhere.
I'm sure he did. Everyone gets worked by Kenny Lofton.
So
Chet
by proxy,
by
proxy, Lofton worked Chet.
Transitive
I see
property.
the logic there.
Transitive property. Look it up. Open a math book.
Kenny Lofton will work anybody though. There's no shame in getting worked.
I
by
really
Kenny
hope
Lofton.
he plays in this Lakers.
I cannot
series.
stand that he is on the same team as Dylan Brooks. I mean, it's just, I cannot stand it. One of my favorite players and literally my least favorite player. It shouldn't be this way. Take 4. Let's go back to the future. The Raptors and Bulls face off Wednesday night in the 9-10 matchup. Winner goes on to face the Heat for the 8th seed. Obviously, we know who won. We're not going to tell you. You got to go look it up yourself. We can't do all the work for you, but we know who won. But let's look at these two franchises, see their future. Bulls have a roster that is geared to win now. DeRozan, Levine, Vucevic, all in their prime. There are a few young role players that could still blossom, like Patrick Williams, Kobe White, Ayo Dosunmu. But for the most part, this is their team. On the other side, you got the Raptors, potential star in Scotty Barnes, all-star in Siakam. Pretty big free agents coming up in Fred VanVleet and Gary Trent Jr. Many speculated at the deadline Raptors could blow up that team. Instead, they gave up assets to acquire Jakob Poeltl, who will also be a free agent, but they expect to re-sign. Clearly have a more bright future with Barnes under contract for a long time. The strange storylines looming around Nick Nurse and their key free agents make the immediate future a little murky. So, Jay, you pick a direction for each. Which one would you run it back with? And which one would you try to blow up?
I'd run it back with Toronto because their starting lineup, they have 5 good players. Like, that's a good starting lineup. Fred VanVleet, Pascal Siakam, Scotty Barnes, OG Anunoby, and Jakob Poeltl. Like, that's 5 good players that fit together.
Lineup, yeah.
Jakob Poeltl changed everything for that group. As soon as he stepped in and they had a formidable center, everything just looked way different.
All of a sudden, they learn what big men do. They're like, "Oh, that big guy's actually in the way in the paint. That's a good thing."
Oh, it's no longer Chris Boucher. Awesome. Oh, it's no longer Kem Birch. We're rolling right now. And so I just think they need a better supporting cast. They need bench guys who can play. They need a little bit more shooting. But those are pieces that fit together. Scotty Barnes is going to take a leap at some point. It's coming that will change them and lift them to another level. I don't think they're too far away from being like a legitimate top 6 team in the East and with upside to be better than that. The Bulls, there's no future there. You gotta
they can't bring in like a good point guard somehow to like switch things up with. I mean, obviously Lonzo's probably out for next year, right? Already. Like, they can't bring in someone to kind of pull that all together.
No, they can't, because their pieces, like, it is incrediable that they have the 5th best defense in the league this year.
I still don't buy it. I'm sorry, Chicago.
I don't buy it either. I don't buy it either. If they bring back the same guys next year, they ain't gonna be 5th. But Caruso was incredible.
Unbelievable.
Incredible defensively. The rest of those guys, I'm not sure I would want any one of them long-term at the contract. I love DeMar DeRozan's game. Love the way he's evolved over his career.
Zach looked really good
don't
to
see
finish the season.
That core is just not good enough. And Toronto's core is not good enough either, but they're better and they're deeper, like with legitimately good players. And
Marcus,
and they play two ways.
Yeah, the Bulls. Well,
they don't have as good a defense, but they should.
Also, the Raptors are the second worst shooting team in the league.
Oh,
second worst. Like they trick you, Marcus. They trick you by their offensive ratings good. It's because they don't turn the ball over and they rebound like hell. They hit the offensive boards.
You know what's crazy? I mean, I agree with Jay. The Raptors like easy. The Bulls, it's time. But you know what the Raptors could use? A couple players from the Bulls.
Oh, well, you know what the Bulls could use? A couple players from the Raptors. If we combine these teams, that's what we should. We got to combine these teams.
That's what we should do.
Yes. They'd be really good.
Mm-hmm.
To me, the Raptors issue is far more solvable, right? Far more fixable. But they just are too redundant. Like in certain areas. Like you don't need 6'9" forwards like in the starting lineup. You just don't need it. But those dudes are good. Like they're good players. And even if they don't work together, you can get something for them, right? Like
Scotty Barnes is so good.
Yeah, you can.
Scotty Barnes, stud.
You can stock this roster. I still think Malachi Flynn's a good player. Like,
yeah, San Diego State, stand up, baby. Go Aztecs.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, I feel like they got some good. The Bulls feel like they've scratched the ceiling, and now there's like they've made an indent. Like they've clawed the top. It's like, yo, we're not going nowhere. Like this is it, and they've realized their fate. I just don't think they're that.
I think
they're peaked.
I think those first 2 months of last season are fucking with them.
It's still crazy to me that the Bulls at this deadline were like, nah, we're good. We're not even going to explore moving anybody. Like we're all set. At least the Toronto, they went out and got Pirtle. They needed a center. They at least explored moving their guys. Like they were talking about stuff. The Bulls just sat back and were like, nah, we got this. We're all right with what we got. Give Alex Caruso a few scores.
Like who's the Bulls' best young player?
Caruso. I mean, Patrick Williams good. Patrick Williams really
good.
No,
he's not.
What? Imagine if you didn't have to cover Vucevic every night. You kidding me?
With them, how about that?
You put Patrick Williams.
He shoots 40% from three, so you
put Patrick Williams next to Jakob Poeltl.
I've never been a Patrick Williams believer.
He's got some 3-and-D
Patrick
potential.
Williams, and
he's good. No, he's good. Jay's wrong on this. He's good.
I
feel like he should be
on the Raptors, to be honest. Like he fits.
He should actually. Yeah, you put him next to Siakam and Scotty Barnes and OG, absolutely OG and Jakob.
He does
that's
fit
a good
the
player.
Yeah,
that's a good player.
I really want the Bulls to be good again, but it's time.
I was watching some old Jordan stuff the other day. I miss the Bulls being good.
Yeah, I really do.
You know what's too bad about the Bulls? Like, it was time to blow them up the second they assembled that roster.
The second it came together, we're like, you guys got to trade these dudes.
We knew. It was like, as soon as they even thought about putting those guys together, man, it was time. Time was up.
But they keep doubling down with guys who you know ain't going to work either. It's like,
well, don't worry. They'll bring in Goran Dragic.
Yeah, Goran Dragic. We got this. Pat Bev. It's like, come on, man.
Pat Bev it's been all right for them. Give Pat Bev some respect. He's about to go crazy in the playing game. He's built for this.
Well, it already happened last night.
Oh, yeah, it happened. He did go crazy.
He went crazy. Good or bad, he went crazy.
Yeah, it was just crazy.
He went crazy.
Take 5. Boom or bust. We have 6 of those 8 playoff matchups set. Well, I mean, we have all 8, but we're just going to tell you about the 6 that we care about, right? Grizzlies, Lakers, Warriors, Kings, Clippers, Suns. That's in the West. In the East, Hawks, Celtics, Sixers, Nets, and Cavs, Knicks. Marcus, which of these matchups is most likely to be a sweep, and which is most likely to go 7?
Bruh, what?
Yeah.
There are no sweeps in the NBA anymore.
What? Celtics, Hawks.
Bucks.
Bucks, whoever.
Bucks, whoever.
Bucks, whoever.
Nets
Sixers,
ain't getting the
Nets.
game either.
No, seriously, I do feel like
I'm
giving Trey one game. I'm giving Trey one game. I'm giving Trey and DeJounte one game, but I do feel like Bucks sweeping. And I think the Nuggets might sweep, yo.
Whoa.
I think the Nuggets might sweep.
Look, the Wolves are not getting a game against them if they make it.
Yeah,
I mean,
imagine
if they make
Jokic.
They-
They just drag Jokic down and he just starts doing the dumbest shit in the world.
Yo, if they break Jokic,
If they break
then
Jokic, we're done.
We have to investigate this.
We literally have to. There needs to be contraction. They need to contract the Timberwolves. If they break,
Come on, man, don't do
if
that to
Jokic
A-Rod.
starts playing stupid, like if he starts
you
playing
see how
dumb,
upset A-Rod was last night. A-Rod was like, really?
This to Jokic. Can't do that to Jokic.
A-Rod was like, so I spent all that money on this, huh? That's what I did.
Actually, you know what? This is gonna sound crazy.
Oh boy.
Knicks get a game?
Well, Julius Randle's hurt, right?
I mean, if they go to New York down 2-0 for this everything game 3, I can see the Knicks wetting the bed a bit. That's all I'm saying.
Do you know the Knicks had a top 5 offensive season ever this year?
So did everybody.
Well, that's true. I know, but like that. Think about that.
I read the bounce.
Oh, the bounce! Look at you.
I read where you basically mocked all of these offensive ratings from this year.
Dude, look. I will not take the Kings were so far above, like everyone historically. I'm not going to take it away from them. Everyone else below, get out of here. Last 3 years, I'm done with those offensive numbers.
In the Bay, we had this kind of blow up where there's a popular Sacramento broadcaster said the Kings are have a better offense than the peak Warriors.
I saw that
KD
too. I saw that too.
I was like, he didn't read the bounce.
Not happy about
He didn't read the bounce. I cede my time to Zach Harper, who needs to come to grips with and express the emotion he feels about the Kings being in the playoffs. You have the floor, sir.
I don't give a shit.
Nah, it's not true. You are
That's
lying. You are lying, Jimmy from Vallejo. Come on, you are lying.
I can channel Jimmy right now. No. You know what the weird thing is? Look, let's address this. I do not understand Kings fans saying that because I grew up in Sacramento, I'm from there, that I need to be nice about the Kings because I grew up there. The fuck does that have to do with anything? Why would I change my coverage? Why would I change what I do because I grew up there? I live in LA. I'm not changing how I talk about the Lakers and the Clippers. I lived in Minnesota. I'm not changing how I talk about the Wolves. Like, why would any of that matter?
I understand.
I'm not a fan blogger. I'm not a fan blogger. So why am I going to shade my coverage a certain way because
you are using this as a distraction because you don't want to feel, but your hometown is on fire right now. Your roots, baby. The essence of you is having a party, you want to get in.
Marcus, no.
You want to get in, baby.
There's not a small part of you that's just like Mitch Richmond.
He's like, let's go.
Mitch Richmond. No, I didn't cheer for Mitch Richmond. I celebrated every 3-pointer he took.
That's not true. That is not true. I once shit on Mitch Richmond in the group chat, and I thought Zach was gonna end my life. He was so mad defending his man Mitch Richmond.
You did say something kind of wild. He's like a Hall of Famer.
You were like, how does he deserve to be a Hall of Famer? He was shitting on Run TMC. They were together 2 years. 2 years.
They stunk. Most overrated group in history.
That's not true. And
look at how many games they won.
They won a lot of games.
They won how many playoff series?
Tim Hardaway's knee.
They won one playoff series in 2 years.
Marcus, hold on. Let me address this. Okay,
they're like the Mashburn, Baron Davis Hornets.
Don't you dare
with better branding.
Take a shot at them. I am happy for the city of Sacramento. I don't really care about whether the Kings make it or not. I'm just here for the jokes, right? So now the Kings are no longer a joke. I'll move on to the next team that's a joke. Like, that's all I'm here for. Jokes and entertainment.
No, there's a part of you that wants to be at Golden One.
I want Kings fans. I want Kings fans to enjoy these 5 games. That's what I want. Like, I want them to enjoy these 5 games. That's what I want.
He's guarding his heart, Jay.
He's guarding his heart, Jay. Yeah, He's like one of those guys. He doesn't want to fall in love because he knows his heart is going to get broken.
He knows it's coming. He knows.
Why would I start rooting for the Kings now? 41 years into my life.
It's not rooting for the Kings. It's rooting for Sacramento.
I'm rooting for the economy of Sacramento. I could give a fuck if the team wins.
You're rooting
it's a
against
vibe.
the beam.
It's a moment.
You're rooting against Kevin Herter.
It's a time in the spotlight. It's been a long time.
No, that one beam left into the sky. I'm here for it. And then we move on to the real stuff.
There will be no more beams. The beam is done.
Whoa, wait a second.
Here's what they should do.
They're gonna get swept? Oh, he's reverse jinxing.
Absolutely,
Marcus. He's reverse jinxing.
No. The King stuff is over.
You, Zach.
He's mad that I
predicted they were going to be fantastic this season. I predicted their offense would be amazing with Fox and Sabonis. I predicted those guys meshed perfectly.
You predicted they'd be a good defense.
Now they're running into the Warriors, and they're gonna be running home. But here's
is Wiggins gonna play?
I'm gonna just say this right now because I know this is gonna be a sweep.
They
need to light the beam at the end of the loss, at the end of the sweep.
That's some
they need to light
shit.
the beam in honor of the season that was.
Are they gonna light the beam after Summer League wins? You kind of have to, right?
No, this has to be it's a one season thing. You can't just
no. You got to carry that.
They're falling apart.
It's got to be a golden one thing, though. It's got to be a golden one thing. You can't light the beam You can't light the beam in Thomas and Mack.
No, but the beam will be red. You light it in Sacramento. Don't they light it up when it's on the road? Don't they still fire that shit into the sky?
When it's got to be the real team.
No, I don't agree.
I'm not standing for Keegan Murray going for like 33 in Summer League, and all of a sudden they're lighting the beam.
Keegan Murray better not step on a fucking court in Summer League. He's too good
in Summer League.
No, man.
He's one of those dudes. He'll play like one game in practice.
No, that was last year. that was last year.
He's way too good for Summer League. Davion Mitchell, you can throw him back out there. He needs to work on some shooting.
Year 3 for Davion.
That's gonna do it for this week's Point of Contention. I don't even know where we are in this Kings Warriors series.
I just want you to feel.
Jay's trying to reverse jinx the Kings.
No, I'm not. They're just done. It's toast. It's over.
He's mad because I didn't get him.
Had a great season.
A Jay Kings minute on Buds this week because regular season.
That was bullshit, man. It's 2 weeks in a row I got fucked.
Over this week's Point of Contention. Thank you for listening. Subscribe to the Athletic Podcast Network. Subscribe to all the pods. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Subscribe to the Bounce. Theathletic.com/bounce. What is it? Is it youtube.com/The Athletic NBA Show? That sounds right. Or just Google it. YouTube, The Athletic NBA Show. Follow, subscribe, do all that stuff. We're going live every single night after the games with the Daily Ding. Make sure you're checking that out. For Jay King, for Marcus Thompson, for Andrew Schleck, I'm Zach Harper. See you next time on Point of Contention.